I am in the middle of preparing for the next edition of the Revlow takeover, where I get to curate a lineup, and it's sort of in my hometown. Some DJ set prep, so I thought I could hop on and talk about it. I was really thinking about this, sort of the prep for these kind of sets. I find you firstly are always prepping. Your taste is what is important when you're building a DJ set. And it's music. I'm thinking, will this work for me in a DJ set? Does this fit what vibe I'm into? Does this fit what my brand is? Everything like that. So that's the first thing, is that I'm always listening to music and I'm always thinking, is this applicable? But when it comes to actually preparing a set, I tip of a few things, and that's one, your context, and that can be defined as the time you play on the night and the audience you're expecting. So in this case, in the second set, so just before the main set, so that's going to be at 11 p.m, which for this venue is sort of when it starts to pick up and it's sort of the energy goes up. So, it's a fun set. Someone's done the warm up. You got to take the energy up a bit, but not too far. Leave some room for the headliner. Preparing a bit of your set is understanding what kind of people are actually going to be there to the best of your abilities. So for me, this has been a residency. I've gone to the club before when I'm just on a night out, so you do get quite a mixed crowd, so you do have to play some crowd pleasers. Into sort of a warehouse rave or something in the middle of nowhere where it's sort of really underground. With this, people are just on a night out. This place stays open the latest, so they just want to come in and they want to hear some good tunes. And so with all of that, sort of the criteria I'm thinking about is the slot that I'm playing, the audience that will be listening to it, and what's reflective of my brand. I've learned a lot from that. In the past, I used to do commercial DJing, so I'll try and make, instead of just being, you don't want to be a glorified type playlist. You try and think about how can you mix genres, how can you mix songs in a different way and make it exciting. So all of that comes into my mind, and then you add, obviously I'm a house music artist, and you have that context and sort of the challenge of playing a slightly more commercial crowd, whilst also wanting to be a little bit different to what they normally do. That sort of really goes into some of my thinking for preparing. Obviously, you'll get two camps really. You'll get people who I think are probably new, and maybe, people who get a bit more nervous. They will prepare a set list, and that's fine, but they will basically stick to that and be very rigid, which is approach depending on how you're playing. If it's an artist night, but I basically take songs into it, and I don't have an idea of exactly how I'm going to play. But as I'm trying to think about how I'm going to string them together, or what vibe I want to end up on, show you. Just going to cut to it. Some of my playlists that I've got here, and sort of they're just meaningful to me. You can see I've got playlists for February. I've made one for this one, which is March. I've got a radio playlist 2024 where I've just downloaded stuff, and then I've got random tags that I like. So I've got core songs, stuff that I like to build sets around, bangers. These are like absolute floor savers. Disco, tech house, deep house, hooks. These are ones that people can sing to. So you might draw for like, oh my god, like I'm losing the crowd. Another one of my own songs, drum and bass and garage, just in case I need to pull that out. So that's some of my playlists. I'm gonna cut back some of my playlists, and this year so far I've got. Let me have a look here. I have got 76 songs, which is 6.5 hours of music. I'm off, so I have 4 times as much music as I need, which is quite a lot, and that's probably what I aim for. You want three time songs before playing. So to me, that's basically ready. I'll take a couple of spares, and that's the DJ set stuff ready. And then after this, I make sure I've got, I like to make set edits. I like to make sure my unreleased stuff, just make sure all of that's refreshed in my mind. I like to know what's big at the moment, so I might check viral charts, what's on Spotify, and make sure I'm sort of being really current. So all of that goes into my thinking as well. But at this point, it's almost like revising for an exam. When you see J, you need to be able to recognize what the song is and what it's going to do for you. And that only happens based on you listening to the songs. So that's the last thing I do with prepping. And, I like to just sort of visualize what the set's going to be like, who's playing. And all of that helps calm me down. And then after that, you just got to trust yourself. The more you do it, the better you become at being able to just go in. You can have a plan, be flexible, and deliver a top DJ set, really. So that's all the prep. Let's see how it goes later. This is the pre-party. Get the look at this. Get pumping. I was going to say, this is what I pack. I'm going to say, you're packing gains. This is everything in my bag. Got battery pack to fun do all of this. My own shitty videography setup. This records DJ sets. Tripods for days. A standalone light to light us up when on camera.
No.
Another tripod. Our promotional banner. And all other random stuff that will.
Did this all come to the venue, did it?
Yeah. So it's my videographer setup, and then this. That.
Promoting.
Cool. It's Thursday night now. The last clip, or the clips that I was showing from the weekend, man. Obviously about preparing a DJ set. You know what? Everything I said about preparing, it kind of went wrong. So I'll put some clips before this. The venue you've got there is popping off. Our good mates playing our piano stuff, which is fine. It's the early slot, his mates are there. I go to play and I haven't got the USB with all my warm-up tunes on there. Because the night's supposed to be house music, I needed to make the switch. Just all I had was my peak time set. That sort of messed me up a bit. So it got to a point where I was just sharing it with the other DJ because he had more tunes for that. Which is all fine, but it shows you all the prep that I did. Kind of went out the window. I decided to just go for it. Switched the crowd up. I ended up playing a few of my tunes, but just almost to reset the floor, which worked, but people look at me like, what is this guy doing? Say, set review. Wow, I wouldn't give that one a high one. It's probably the lowest I felt after a set. And you know what? I've been sort of reflecting these last few days, which is why I'm recording this now and not straight after. Just because you work hard and you put loads of effort into something, it doesn't mean you're going to get a payoff of a result. Some things are outside your control, and I really felt it this week. All this running and events, there's been a lot of work behind the scenes to get them up and running, and it just was okay. It just felt flat, and I've DJ'd before where the nights feel a bit flat, but when it's your name on the night, it just hits differently. So I'm sort of reflecting on that, trying to find some energy to bounce back. I had some time off work, and I actually just was chilling. I wasn't really pushing music in the same time as well, and that's why I wanted to come and put this video out. I don't know what else it's going to include, but next one's in a couple of weeks, so I want to get this out there and just share what's going on. In terms of other updates, I want to show. Let me have a look here. I've got a collab which I haven't shown social media yet, but I was getting notifications like, "Oh, your song's being listened to," and I was like, from Label Radar, and it's like, "Screw it, I'm gonna join. I'm gonna go on pro, all that good stuff." So I don't know what I've done with these settings here, but I decided to send one of my tracks into the mighty toolroom, and hopefully you can read that feedback. Thanks for sending. In the demo, there's some amazing work here, but we don't think the hook is strong enough for us to sign it. Up from Toolroom. I haven't really documented my demo strategy on this, but in a strange way, like, that answer is better than, if it's not going to be a yes, this is probably the best answer you're going to get. I probably would agree with the feedback. The feedback is, the track is dance floor heavy, so like the hooks are the highest part to get right when you're trying to make dance tunes that work in the club and also on streaming. But I didn't know Toolroom were potentially going to be interested in my tracks, but my mate sent our collab to them, and they gave good feedback, and I was like, I've got a better track that sounds like Toolroom, and now they want me to keep sending tracks in, so hopefully that's a good pathway, and that's the kind of weirdly motivates me to go, okay, Toolroom, one of the biggest UK house labels, maybe I can just sort of think when I'm producing, oh, that might go there, I might be able to make it. So yeah, ups and downs this week. Hopefully some useful stuff here, but literally people say the ups and downs of trying to run your events, trying to do DJ, trying to get music signed is not always positive, So I wanted to share that. I had to take some days for myself, and that's sort of my reflections on it. So hopefully the next one's bigger and better, and I can share more news on that soon. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, leave a comment, ask me a question, do all that good stuff, and I'll speak to you very soon.